on the extreme outside alley, barrier 11. Here's Ian Craig for race 1.
And Matthew's with us now. Hi, Matty. And we're all set and ready to run for the first of 8 races at the Gardens. Started down at the foot of his stand. Thorn Park links in. There's a little movement from the middle. Still quite a deal of activity centred on one in the middle, but the starter climbs the stand, presses the button, and there they go, and Apple Dandy missed it hopelessly, and the first out was Gleam, jumping very quickly. Great Cyrus, and here's Sportsman hustling up, looking for the lead. A length and a half to the Innisfail gelding, Strictly Smart, followed by Cosmic Force and Recruiting. Zanzara Bank and 2 lengths to highest, 3/4 Thorn Park to Attache, and catching the field is Apple Dandy, 700 to go, and Strictly Smart to the lead now. Gleam a length away second, Sportsman third, and then Great Cyrus, Cosmic Force, racing a little erratically, followed by Recruiting, and then comes Zanzara Bank, Thorn Park in the middle, and out off the track is highest, and the last pair are on the inside. Attache and Apple Dandy, it's outside, coming to the corner, and Strictly Smart. A length and a half clear as they swing. Gleam second from Great Cyrus, and then comes Cosmic Force. Thorn Park hooking to the outside now. Immediately on its outside is highest. Thorn Park is starting to run home resolutely. Is he what? And Thorn Park comes to the 200, picked them up and put pay to them very, very eloquently, and down to the 100, Thorn Park. How good's this young fella? Thorn Park a mile in front, Strictly Smart getting home late on the outside highest. Thorn Park, oh, very good. Thorn Park from a photo between highest and Strictly Smart from Sportsman, and then Recruiting, followed by Great Cyrus and Gleam, Cosmic Force, and Zara Bank, Attache, and Absolute Apple Dandy. I was on holidays when he scored out here at his debut, and boy, the raps were big, and he just picked them up and put pay to them today as though they were second-raters. And some of them aren't. Number 2, Thorn Park, ridden by Darren Beedman. Again, Darren wrests the lead from Corey Brown in the Jockeys Premiership, and Thorn Park has paid $1.30, and in all likelihood on the place tote $1.04. Yep, $1.30 and $1.04. Number 9 is second, and that is highest, ridden by Bernadette Cooper, has paid $5.40 for number 9, $5.40. And number 4, Strictly Smart, ridden by Zach Purton, third, has paid $1.60. Quinella, $18.90. Exacta, $12.80. Trifecta, $66.10. And the first 4, $29.43, $382.20.
All right, thanks, Ian. Most impressive again, Thorn Park. I suppose we won't really know if he's Group 1 material until he meets better company, but certainly at this stage of his career, he's indicating that when those better races come around in a few weeks' time, he'll be there mixing it with the best of them. Thorn Park, 2 starts for 2 wins, and we'll certainly stick with him. Now, we've got the first race at Caulfield coming up in about 6.5 minutes' time. Runners are on their way to the gates, and the main ones in commission here are Chow Pie at $4.40, Koala $7.60. There's been a bit of money for Koala, and Storm Prince at $3.90. And Alf Matthews is standing by in Tarnpier Lad Race 1, the Monash Student Handicap. Let's join Dan Malecki for the first.
Thank you, Matthew. Welcome, everyone. And on cue, the sun coming out with your throw. First of 8 events on a track rated good. Thank you to Nadia. And we hope you enjoy Caulfield today. It's a pretty good card. Some races in particular stand out. Obviously the Sir John Monash, but this is a very good race with what looks to be some promising 2-year-olds here. We'll obviously find out more shortly. The Bolter going up smart and classy. Chow Pie the favourite. Koala's been the best back runner, number 4 though. On the track, Chow Pie is the favourite from Storm Prince and Koala, but there's not a lot between the 3, and Koala has been the best back runner. Number 4, blinkers off today. It's only had the 2 runs out of a mare called Blue Gum Girl, which was by Rancho Ruler. Mick Price trains Koala, and it's been the best back runner. Chow Pie prepared by Alan Bailey, and Michelle Payne has the ride. Most consistent 2-year-old. He's a winner on a dry track, and the track is that today. It's rated good, and the rail in the true position. And the 2-year-olds are ready for the first of 8 events. Chow Pie goes up on the outside stall. 11 starters in race 1. At the 1,200 metres, and they're racing. A little bit slow to begin was Lambeth. It missed the start about 4 lengths. And one of the first to appear was King Wells. Out wide of Bunreba and pushing through Tarnpur Lad nearer the inside, and it's going to go to the lead. Blah, blah, blah is camped on its heels 4th. And then Handy was Smart and Classy, who's up to 5th. Next is Koala. And then came over on the inside Dream Quest. Further back to Storm Prince. In between runners now was Volley. Chow Pie is 2 lengths away, second last, so it's well off the lead. With they're not going really hard either. And 3 lengths away at the tail of the field was Lambeth. Inside the 600 metres, and Tarnpur Lad led a half a length. Second, King Wells. Bunreba third. 4th, Blah, Blah, Blah. Now going up wider was, as they made the home turn, Storm Prince is 4 deep but improving, and Chow Pie follows. Koala's now pocketed, and Blah, Blah, Blah trying to get out. Turning for home, King Wells hit the lead. Coming after it, though, was Storm Prince, and then Chow Pie. Koala under pressure. Going to the lead, Storm Prince. Chow Pie wanting to lay in, but it's still finishing it off okay. The leader, Storm Prince from Chow Pie. Storm Prince about a half in front. Chow Pie can't get to it, and Storm Prince wins it. Storm Prince beat Chow Pie. Koala looking for further ground, you would have thought. It was climbing all over him at the finish, dare I say. It's finished it off really well for third. And then came King Wells, Blah, Blah, Blah. Smart and Classy next in, and then Lambeth, who missed the kick. Tarnpur Lad folded up. Dream Quest knocked up as well. And then came Bunreba, and at the tail of the field, Volley. So the 3 favourites were able to fight it out, with Storm Prince holding Chow Pie, who wanted to hang in a little bit, but it may just have had enough. And Koala wasn't doing enough at the time. You would have wanted to be finishing it off. But in the last 100 metres, it did its best work and then was probably running into a dead end. May have appreciated having a bit more galloping room. Maybe that's why it didn't stretch out, but it got to the line pretty well, and you would think it might appreciate even further distance than today. 5, 1 and 4. Storm Prince has had the 2 starts now for the perfect record. About 470 and 190 on Super Tab. Chow Pie 160 and Koala at $1.90. 5, 1 and 4. Number 2, King Wells, led on the turn, but was clearly beaten into 4th spot. And Smart and Classy, who was the rank outsider, ending up in 5th position. 6th in Lambeth, who missed the kick, so it's an improver. Got pretty willing over the last couple of 100 metres. Smart and Classy seemed to bump with something behind the leaders. Blah, Blah, Blah had difficulty getting the run, but the horses with a turn of foot were able to go clear, the first and second ones. And Koala, maybe just the lack of galloping room didn't help its cause. Otherwise, the result could have been different for it. The time, 1:10.32. So it's a pretty good run, isn't it? In the middle of July, they're going 1:10.32 for 2-year-olds. Official numbers on the first event at Caulfield are 5, 1 and 4.
Thanks very much, Dan, and we'll be back for race number 2 on the program, where the scratching is number 8, Ocean Bridge, a field of 9 to go around. On that first race, 2 King Wells 4th and the New South Wales first 4, $349.30. Next horses over the line. Now to Rosehill for the second as they get set. Here's Ian.
And they're coming in nicely for this, the second of the day. 260, 160 for Caribou. 480 numbers 2 and 3. 490 for number 4. And on track, Caribou from Marvilla. Or actually, Troppo's second pick, Marvilla third pick, presently 4th elect. And then Cayenne and Cuda. Right, Joe joins us. Thanking you, Joe. And we've only got presently to move in. First of the day, Thorn Park. Number 2, a very, very convincing winner. Darren Beedman beat 9, highest 4 Strictly Smart and 3 Sportsmen. Now they're ready for the second of the day. Racing this time, beautiful start. Cayenne but out quickly, up looking for the lead is Marvilla, and presently trying to match Marvilla. But it's Marvilla narrowly from Cayenne and presently, and then the favourite Caribou, followed by Bugle Boy. 2 lengths Troppo and a half length to Cuda. Along past the 700, and Cayenne gets its own way in front now, a length and a half Marvilla. A similar margin, third is the Hot Pot Caribou on the inside of presently, and a couple to Cuda, Bugle Boy. And Troppo's bringing up the rear. Down towards the corner, they run, and Cayenne in front, about a length or so on Marvilla. Caribou the Grey is running third from Presently, and Cooter is wider out from Bugle Boy, and Troppo brings up the rear as they set sail for the judge. Con Karakatsanis looking for the inside split on this favourite Caribou, and Caribou getting plenty of room now, and here he comes down to the 200, and Caribou sprints to the lead. Cooter wide out, and then comes Marvilla. Cayenn's given up, Presently battling on well. Caribou in front, he's riding very, very confidently, and here's 5 out of 5 for Caribou. Caribou, shortest way home via the fence. He did just that and beat Presently and Marvilla from Cooter and Troppo, then Cayenne and Absolute Bugle Boy. Caribou, ridden by Con Karakatsanis. 5 out of 5. Gee willikers, he's a smart horse, this Blake. Sure, the brakes went his way today, and a lovely run behind the speed. The heavens opened in the straight, and the run widened about the 250, and the gap, and Caribou sailed through, and an effortless win. Raced by Nick Moratis has paid $270 and $160. $270, $160 for number 1, Caribou. Second and the third placings will be to hand in just a moment. Just watching the replay of the finish of the race, he didn't have to exert a great deal of pressure on Caribou, young Con, who's riding very, very well. Presently, number 3 is second as the numbers flash up. Number 3 has paid $2.50, and Marvilla, number 2 and third spot, written by Darren Beedman.
All right, Ian, and officially fourth to number 8, Cooter, ridden by Scott Pollard. So the first 4 numbers are 1, 3, 2 and 8, and the first 4, $238.90. And we'll check those other dividends shortly. So I know it's the middle of July, but I think those first 2 winners at Rosehill this afternoon are probably better than your average winter time performers. Thorne Park and Caribou, and the first 2 winners both unbeaten. Now Caulfield is due in 7, but the protest continues on race 1. Third against second for alleged interference at the 250 514. Alf, we'll chase up the amended dividends on 541 in a few moments. Jockeys have just mounted up and are about to head out for race 2. Now Doomben can be back with race 2 from Caulfield. Race 2 at Caulfield. On the first race, the protest was upheld. Third against second for alleged interference at the 250, and the placings 5, 4, 1, Storm Prince, Koala and Chowpai, and correct weight on the first, on their way to the gates for the second. And that is Romantic Sea on her way to the gate. She's trained by Roger Hoisted at Wangaratta. Very honest mare. She's won 11 from 24 with 6 minor placings, and I don't think she's ever run a bad race here at Caulfield. She's a last start winner at Bendigo over 1100 metres, where she carried 58.5. She's got 60 minus 3 today with the claim for M Pumper, and she's a very, very solid favourite, Romantic Sea, there at $2.30. And she's pretty at 30 cents on race number 1.
And they're close to the start of the second event. It's over the 1100 metres. They're racing now and caught them in a pretty good line with Romantic Sea towards the outside, moving across towards the lead with Queen Ruler, and pushing up from near the inside were both Liz Moore and Flurry's Gem, and up there handy in the early part was Southeast Swamp, one of the bolters. Up to about 6th was Latin Class. Something Funny drifting back. It's third last on settling down, and then Lady Wild and Queen Kerry beaten for speed 2 lengths away last. The leader is Queen Ruler from the favourite Romantic Sea. A length away third was Southeast Swamp, and then Liz Moore ridden along. Flurry's Gem just seemed to get onto its heels. Then Latin Class, Lady Wild 3 deep. Something Funny's drifted back to second last, and Queen Kerry wider out at the tail end, about 6 off the lead. Romantic Sea went to the lead into the straight with Matt Pumper, drew a half a length in front of Queen Ruler. Into the clear now Liz Moore, and then came Flurry's Gem. Something Funny working home now. Romantic Sea's in front of Something Funny, then Latin Class. Romantic Sea went down to the rail. Something Funny's after it. It's Romantic Sea in front. Something Funny, Oliver trying to lift it. Romantic Sea, Something Funny. Romantic Sea just lasted. Good effort, good ride from Matthew Pumper as well. Romantic Sea a nose to Something Funny, I would say. And third home is either Liz Moore or Queen Kerry, did her best work late. Then Lady Wild, who didn't come on. Next in Queen Ruler. And then at the head of the others, Flurry's Gem, a bit disappointing, Latin Class. And dropping out of it was Southeast Swamp. Photo call for with Romantic Sea giving a great display. Something Funny just seemed to drop the bit, and that may have been the difference Romantic Sea was able to kick clear on the turn. Something Funny got through the middle of the pack and has probably made up about 5 lengths. But number 1 will get the prize. Romantic Sea is the winner, number 1. Matthew Pumper had her up on the speed. She's the sort of mare that can be difficult to ride at times, but Matthew made it look very easy. Matt Pumper, who was able to claim 3, and Romantic Sea wins again. She's won 12 out of 25. What a magnificent record, and the favourite was never really in doubt because the main other chances in the race were just too far back, spotted her too big a start. Damien Oliver riding Something Funny into second, made up plenty of ground, and third, 6, Lismore. Darren Gauchi just ahead of 4, Queen Carey. So it's 1, 5 and 6 on the second, 1, 5 and 6. The time was 1:3.7. 1:3.7 the time. Fourth in number 4, Queen Carey.
All right, Dan, thanks. And you're right, she's as honest as they come. Romantic Sea. Queen Carey, fourth, the New South Wales first 4, 163.10 on race 2 from Caulfield. Now we've got...
To move in. How will Midnight Avenue run today? He went round to the barrier with a clerk of the course, as is normal, and he was more settled today. Anyway, we'll see how he races. They're all there. Set to run from the 1,400 metres, and there they go. And Stushman best out from the inside. Flash Phantom jumped well, and so did Cape How, Labassa, and also Minor. But settling Stushman clear by 2 lengths on Minor, Cape How, the fence, Labassa. Then comes the Moonster a length further back. Atosha caught wide from Stalham's Tip and Gulf Eagle. Then Flash Phantom, Midnight Avenue, Erogenous, and Baron Shelley's last. 1,000 to go onto the first corner, and Stushman a length and a half, Cape How. One away, third is Minor, Labassa, ahead back on the inside from the Moonster. Salam's Tip is on the outside and being shaded by Gulf Eagle. Then Atosha. Good margin of some 3 lengths to Flash Phantom. 4 Midnight Avenue. 2.5 Erogenous, and 3/4 to a length Baron Shelley. Really stringing out, coming down the side of the track at the 600, and the well-fancied Stushman. 2.5 Cape How. 1.5 to Labassa on the inside of Minor. Then the Moonster, followed by Gulf Eagle, Salam's Tip, Atosha, Flash Phantom, Midnight Avenue, Erogenous, and Baron Shelley's last. Stushman giving a great sight, straightens about 3 Cape How. A length and a half to Minor. Labassa's under the whip, and the others headed by Atosha. Now the rider draws the persuader on Stushman. Little Robbie Brewer in second. Posse, Cape How taking ground off Stushman, and so Salam's Tip, and then Atosha. Salam's Tip is after Stushman. Stushman walking. Salam's Tip's got him, and Salam's Tip raced on to beat Stushman, Atosha, and wider out Flash Phantom from Cape How. Then Midnight Avenue, Erogenous, Gulf Eagle, Minor, Labassa, and the Moonster, and Absolute Baron Shelley. Number 2, Salam's Tip. On the tote in New South Wales will return a dividend of $7.80 and $2.30. Young Ryan Wiggins making a good fist of race riding here in Sydney now that he's indentured out at Warwick Farm. And Salam's Tip, trained by Gary Portelli for CTH Cropper, R.A. Caldwell, J.C. Newton, David Singer, and your David, and your part owners, and M.A. Corcoran. Number 2, officially the winner, Salam's Tip, 7.80 and 2.30. Number 6 is second, Stushman. Went fast but had a little left over the last 100, and he's paid $1.70 by Opera Prince, trained by Arthur Howlett at Goulburn. And number 9, third, Atosha. He's returned 3.20. He's by Terse, trained at Musselbrook by Mac Griffith and ridden by Corey Brown. And 4, Flash Phantom, was a mile back 4th. 2, 6, 9 and 4 are the officials on race 3 at the Gardens. 1:23.81, 35.83 the sectional. Salam's Tip, he's had a few problems. He's a very good horse when right, and he's had 29 starts for 7 wins, 4 seconds and 6 thirds. And now the official totes read this way.
Field only share the glory, it's not given a chance. The favourite is Palais, it has eased. Stylish Lass trimming up a little bit. And then Fashion Era number 5, 8 Mukta Cherie, 9 La Vida, and 11 Splash of Love, who's out to double figure odds on the tote, but is certainly given a chance. Track dead, we had a heavy shower of rain after the second event. It got very dark, probably didn't last long, but it dumped a lot of rain very quickly. The track now dead, downgraded after the second event. Field of 7 in race 3, the Business and Economics Plate. And they're ready for a start at the 1,400 metres. They're racing now. Stylish Lass probably dwelt a little bit, but there's not a lot between the 7 runners, and Palais going to take over the running as they head up the hill. Palais goes to the lead. Over to the rails was Fashion Era, so it can end up with a box seat run, and Stylish Lass quickly whipped up, went to second on settling from Mukta Cherie. And then back fifth was Share the Glory. A length away La Vida, and 2 lengths last is Splash of Love. 1,000 metres to travel, and Palais just in front. Stylish Lass is only a head away. Third was Fashion Era on the inside of Mukta Cherie. 2 lengths to La Vida. Share the Glory around it, and 2 lengths to Splash of Love. Turning down the side, they've got 800 left to travel, and Brendan Fennick has Palais narrowly in front. Stylish Lass is a head away second. 2 lengths to Fashion Era third. Mukta Cherie fourth. 1.5 to La Vida in the predominantly pink colours with the black stripes. It's fifth on the inside. Share the Glory around it. 2 lengths away Splash of Love, last of the 7, about 6 lengths from the leader. They're rounding the turn, approaching the 400, and it's Palais just in front of Stylish Lass, and Mukta Cherie going up 3 wide. Right behind them Fashion Era now needs a run from La Vida, who's ridden up, and then wider out on the track was Share the Glory from Splash of Love. Stylish Love on the outside put its nose in front, but Mukta Cherie grabbed it. Palais trying to come back, but Mukta Cherie took the lead. Into the clear now Fashion Era. Mukta Cherie with 100 to go, drew clear. She's home all right, Mukta Cherie. Relishes the wet conditions, and she draws away and wins again. Mukta Cherie beat Fashion Era, and La Vida got third from Palais and Stylish Lass, and then came Splash of Love and Share the Glory. Mukta Cherie, number 8, ridden by Lincoln Coffey. Well, the track went from good to dead pretty quickly, but she's the horse that really only has handled heavy tracks in the past, and the way she put pay to them in the straight, it's as if the track was that at a condition that suited her best, and she's drawn away to win well. Trained by Terry Beaton, who had a lot of success with La Mukta, but Mukta Cherie's done a most impressive job here. A 4-year-old mare by Mukta, and she's now won 6 races. Second placing will go to number 5, and that's Fashion Era. Michelle Payne held up and then got home okay, but the winner just charged away. And La Vida's got third, number 9. Palais and Stylish Lass, maybe they annoyed each other out of it, but they were quickly swamped at the top of the straight. Fourth in number 1, and fifth in was number 2. It's 8, 5 and 9. 8, 5, 9. The time was 1:24.72. 1:24.72, which is about 3.4 seconds outside the course and class record. Third event of the day at Caulfield, with a track now rated dead. Numbers are 8, 5 and 9.
Thanks, Dan. That mare's connection certainly weren't worried when that storm moved in after the second race. They were probably hoping the rain was even a bit heavier. Mukta Cherie handling the going without any problems. Fashion Era.
Coablo 260 and 130. As they move into line. Ray Murray, chairman of stewards, was just telling me Labassa, the unplaced favourite in the previous race, pulled up with a poor post rate recovery, and it is the intention now to send the horse out for a freshen up. There's a line of thinking too that the horse might have tended to jar up on the firm surface today. It's good runs, particularly in New Zealand, had been on rain-affected tracks, and of course when it won at Randwick it was on the Kensington grass. So that's Labassa with a poor post-race recovery, and will be given a freshen up. Right, well, Coablo, owned by Nick Moratis, who won the second with Caribou. Previous race going to Salem's Tip, number 2, Ryan Wiggins, beat 6 Stushman, 9 Atosha and 4. The second, of course, Caribou, number 1, Con Karakatsanis, and 2, Thorn Park, Darren Beedman, won the first of the day. Now, Isla Christina walks in with Kiverton. Kiverton racing in slightly different colours today, the red with the black diamond white sleeves. And Carla Leisha will be the last. A grey like the favourite Coablo. Moving forward now is Carla Leisha. Carla Leisha's in, and they're all ready to run. Line good for race number 4. Gates are back, they're off. Runs on Dreams came out slowly, not jumping quickly. Carla Leisha and Scale the Heights, and All Things to Come as the early leader. Pixel runs away into second, Posse Flying Ella third, and then Kiverton, Isla Christina whipping up very quickly, followed by St. Georgina. Midfield the favourite, and that is Coablo, a length and a half to No Limit. Similar gap, Chicky around Scale the Heights. 2 Carla Leisha, a half runs on Dreams to the side, and the leader All Things to Come from Isla Christina, and they put about 3 lengths now on Pixel at the 7. 750, a length to Kiverton, St Georgina, Flying Ella. Coablo's locked up on the inside of No Limit, and a couple of lengths to Chicky, then Scale the Heights. Carla Leisha second last, and Runs on Dreams is last. Nearing the corner, All Things to Come, more than a length, Isla Christina, 2.5 to Pixel. A length further back in the field is Kiverton, St Georgina, then Flying Ella and Coablo, and a couple to No Limit, setting sail for the judge. And at the 350, All Things to Come, taken on by Isla Christina and Krista, and on the outside Pixel, and deeper out is Kiverton, and now Coablo's on the extreme outside, St Georgina weaving clear. Coablo's out after Isla Christina. It's Isla Christina in front, Coablo and No Limit on the outer. Isla Christina and Coablo and No Limit on the outside. Boy, this is close. With this rail out, it makes it difficult. No Limit has made a big lunge. Coablo's in the middle, and Isla Christina's right up there on the fence. Runs on Dreams and St Georgina not far away, followed by All Things to Come, who wilted. A break of 2 lengths to Carla Leisha, then Flying Ella, Chicky, Kiverton, and then Scale the Heights, and Pixels pulled up very quickly. Railed out 8 metres today, and No Limit will get this. No Limit, number 1, looks to have got there. And $8.90 and $2.80 Con Karakatsanis for Francis Smith. And yep, looks to have just been able to get there. Yes, there's the number. Number 1 is first, No Limit, ridden by Con Karakatsanis. Number 4 is second, Coablo, ridden by Corey Brown. And number 5 is third, that is Isla Christina, ridden by Jim Cassidy. Number 7 was fourth, and that was Carla Leisha. 1, 4, 5 and 7. The winner, No Limit, has paid officially $8.90 and $2.80. Number 4, Coablo, $1.30. Number 5, Isla Christina, $5. The Quinella, $12.40. Exacta, $32.90. Trifecta, $540 and 50 cents. And the trifecta, $540.50. First 4, 1, 4, 5, 7, $5,709.40. The extra double 2 into 1, $90.70. Special diff $7.70. And the superfecta numbers are 1, 4, 5, 7, 2, 11. 1, 4, 5, 7, 2 and 11.
All right, Ian, thanks. That's the official photo too. No Limit. Terrific tip by Ron Dufficy. Tumbled into $8.90 in the end, which is still a pretty fair price. Ron was very keen. No Limit. Coablo, Isla Christina. Corey Brown just missing out there. He was on Coablo. Looked like it might get up before No Limit grabbed it on the last in the last stride or two. And just updating the Sydney Jockeys Premiership, this most interesting battle. Darren Beedman, and this includes his win on Thorne Park in the first today, 102.5. He's a half in front of Corey Brown, who's got an important week coming up with his appeal on Monday. 102, Chris Muntz 88, Len Beasley 56, and the trainer's title is much more clear-cut. That's already wrapped up. Gay Waterhouse is well clear of John Hawkes, Graham Rogerson and Gary Portelli's had a very, very good season, including a winner today at Rosehill.
Better on track, though. Malou's eased out again, number 1. Gramercy just trimming up a little bit, and Abyssinian had a bit of value as well. They're all locked away. Race number 4 at Caulfield at the 1400 metres. Racing caught them in a pretty good line. Perhaps the worst to begin was the favourite Kelchek, and she's out the back in the early part. Abyssinian jumped away well, so too did Malou, and also handy were Irish Knight, Ash Galante, and driving up between runners as they go up the hill now would have been Kel. Now it's wide, but getting to second as Malou went to the lead now. Back to about 7th is Irish Knight. It's on the inside of Chairman's Choice, a length away Gramercy. It's about midfield in the cerise colours. Visage is next on the inside. And then down the side of the track, Habati. Back behind those would have been Deadwood City. It's back to about 5th last now. Second last is Kelchek. Illusions at the tail of the field, about 12 lengths off the lead. 700 left to go.